Sapiens presents 10 signs you're dealing with a shallow person. You surely come across somebody like this. Someone who comes off as superficial or inauthentic. Obviously, nobody wants to determine as shallow, yet a number of us tend to make shallow assumptions about others at least once a while. Instead of believing things through, we jump to conclusions and we tend to respond to other people's shallow presumptions about us with slurs, sarcasm, or anger. That's why being self-aware is essential. Consider the following qualities as a list to determine whether you or someone you connect with is superficial. These are 10 signs of a shallow person. Number 1, they often take part in gossip. Shallow individuals like to gossip, and their words are usually razor sharp. They'll gush negativity about others even if it's not real. And while they might pretend to feel concerned for their victim, they chatter to make themselves feel superior and to enhance their self-esteem. People like this do not consider how their words impact others, whether that's who they're talking to or who they're discussing. Even if they do understand the impact of their words, they just don't care. Number 2, they like to be in the limelight. While all of us like admiration and positive support, shallow individuals have an extreme requirement to be appreciated. They depend on the attention of others, because they gain their sense of worth through acknowledgement. That's why shallow people like the spotlight. If they're not being seen, talked about, or appreciated by others, they feel disregarded and unimportant. And if somebody else steals the stage even for a minute, they do anything they can to get the attention back on them. As you might expect, forming meaningful connections with them can be hard or perhaps impossible. Number 3, they don't state what they imply. One method to identify a superficial individual is through their shallow remarks. These people can't give real compliments. Rather, their words may feel more like an insult, sarcasm, or just inauthentic. Even if you think the compliments sounded good, there makes certain to be a crushing remark following not far behind. Number 4, they will not do anything unless it benefits them. For the most part, people engage in group activities like social causes for the good of the community as a whole. People are motivated to contribute by the thought of helping others. Nevertheless, shallow individuals only care about things that benefit them. They're not interested in assisting others unless there's something in it for them. For instance, they may offer at a fundraiser, however they just do this because there will be stars there who they want to satisfy. Shallow individuals don't understand what selflessness is, and if they do, they don't comprehend it. To them, life is everything about getting what they desire, even at the expenditure of others. 5, they are overly worried about physical look. There's a fine line between taking care of yourself and being obsessed with your appearance. People who are superficial are typically excessively worried about how others view them. They invest excessive amounts of time, energy, and cash to make themselves look good to other people. Putting that effort into individual development would be much better for them and everybody in their life, but they're not concerned about that. And when they see connections with others, it's almost always based on appearance. They generally do not look any much deeper. Shallow individuals are generally disinterested in others' emotions, thoughts, and behaviors due to the fact that they don't actually appreciate learning more about people. 6, they are materialistic. Shallow individuals are typically really materialistic, and this ties back to their fascination with look. Often product items work as signs of wealth or power, so they buy costly things hoping that others will see them as better and appreciate them more. That's due to the fact that they themselves offer more respect and appreciation to attractive and rich people. Shallow people focus on material things like huge houses, fancy cars, or expensive products over experiences and relationships. So their lives tend to lack depth. People like this feel entitled to happiness. They pursue things that bring them immediate delight even if they know that it won't last. Number 7, they do not have opinions. Shallow people likewise tend to do not have viewpoints, a minimum of honest ones. They seldom have a strong value system, so others easily affect them. It's not hard to encourage somebody to believe something when their belief system is a blank slate. Shallow people will change sides without hesitating. Number 8, the relationships are one-sided. If you've ever been in a relationship with a shallow individual, you understand that their top priority is not their partner or the relationship, it's themselves. That's why people like this battle to preserve well-balanced relationships. Instead of practicing reciprocity, they engage in one-sided relationships. These people like to center the relationships around themselves and push aside their partner's requirements. To them, people are like things. They decide on the lovely ones that have the most value to them, and they will not hesitate to toss them aside if someone much better comes along. Number 9, they lack intellectual depth. Although shallow people can be educated and well-informed, they frequently do not have intellectual depth. That's not to state they're not wise, they can be, but they seldom apply their understanding in a useful way, and they often do not have psychological intelligence, which includes awareness and concern for the feelings of others. The outcome is a life that does not have significant relationships, experiences, and thoughts. So it's most likely not unexpected that shallow individuals tend to lack particular social abilities such as good manners, appreciation, and grace. Their discussions seldom pass by the surface area, considering that extensive features of the world or themselves are out of their reach. Number 10, they are judgmental. We all make judgments about other individuals. It remains in our nature. However, superficial individuals are highly critical and judgmental of others, generally concerning look or dispute. When somebody doesn't agree with them or challenges them, they respond with total disregard for the other person's feelings and beliefs. Shallow individuals tend to make incorrect assumptions about others. If they think someone does not comprehend their point of view, they'll instantly become distraught and decide that they don't like that person. Individuals like this are also seasoned specialists when it comes to projection. Instead of admitting their jealousy, fear, and insecurity, they implicate others of feeling that way, whether it's to their face or through a nasty rumor. And while having shallow people in your life can be a pain, they aren't always bad people. Their lack of depth or substance isn't all that they are like anyone else. They too can improve themselves through personal development if they choose to. What do you think after enjoying this video? Did you find that you may be dealing with some shallow people in your life? Or perhaps